Sportcentre is brought to you by No Touch Seriously Wet. Just spray on and walk away. Get your shine on with No Touch. Available at Walmart.
Well, we hope you're ready for a little Atlantic hospitality. Welcome back to Port Hood, Nova Scotia on what is the final stop on the Kraft Celebration Tour. 10 great towns and 10 great days, and this really is the perfect place to finish up. Here are a few other things that you need to know about Port Hood. It is the birthplace of hockey star Al MacInnis, a 13-time All-Star defenseman. MacInnis won the Conn Smythe Trophy and Stanley Cup. As a member of the Calgary Flames, he is also an Olympic gold medalist, and as any goaltender who's ever faced and can tell you, MacInnis had one of the hardest slap shots ever in the NHL. Now, they also boast CFL lineman Bruce Beaton. He's from Port Hood as well. He played 12 seasons in the CFL. He was a league All-Star 3 times. He won 2 Grey Cups with the Edmonton Eskimos. Now, this really is a great story, and it's a remarkable town, and after every season, Hockey Nova Scotia hands out its Coach of the Year award for minor hockey. Now, the award is given to the person who best represents respect and dedication at the rep level.
Now, the winner for 2009 was Port Hood's own Darren McDonald. And there were literally thousands of coaches across the province to choose from, but with Darren's accomplishments this past year and all that he has overcome, he really was the only choice.
Yes! We all hopped off the bench, threw our gloves and sticks in the air.
Helmets came off, big dog pile. It was great to see.
I just remember all the kids and the cheering. It was just amazing.
The Port Hood Bees, your 2011 Pee Wee Division provincial champions.
We were so excited, taking off our gear. We're like, yeah, boys, we did it! We're best in Nova Scotia!
But as the team celebrated on the ice, their leader, their coach, was over 300 kilometers away in a hospital bed.
It was hard on me not being able to be there. But in the back of my mind, all along, I knew how sick I was, and I knew that there was something serious.
1, 2, 3, peace!
Darren McDonald is never happier than when he's behind the bench.
That's basically my office, and it's a good spot. I like it.
Don't let him come in too deep on your goaltender. Take him at the blue line, okay?
To see the kids develop, that's what it's all about, and it's all about the kids, right? I played my hockey. It's about them. It's their turn now.
It's his world. It's everything. Yeah. No, he'd be there 24/7 if he could.
If it was up to Darren, that's exactly what he would do. But in the fall of 2010, his body started telling him otherwise.
My energy level was just low, you know. It just kept getting worse and getting worse.
If he wasn't at the rink, he was in bed. He couldn't do anything, and he wasn't up for doing anything. He didn't want to go anywhere.
Every morning I get up, I'd be sick constantly. I could set my watch by it.
I was really nervous. Saying my prayers at night there, I was like, please don't let anything happen.
I was scared, very scared, and then one day finally at work, I said, Darren, you're a sick individual now. It's beyond something that you can control, and it's time.
That same day, Darren and Tammy went to the hospital. Darren had been diagnosed with diabetes when he was a teenager, and now doctors told him the disease was causing his kidneys to fail.
He just looked and he said, Darren, he said, if I was you, I'd have a kidney transplant. And he said to me, he said, Darren, do you know anybody that would donate a kidney?
It was just instant. I just said, well, I will. Like, it wasn't even a thought.
She's an incredible person. And you know what? I'm not so sure that she would have did the same for somebody else. Not only her husband, but I think if somebody else was in that shoes, she'd have the same outlook.
In the coming months, Tammy had to undergo dozens of tests to see if her kidney was in fact a match. In the meantime, even as his health continued to deteriorate, Darren stayed behind the bench, coaching his Pee Wee Bees into the playoffs.
Let's go, guys. Come on now. Come on, guys. Don't quit. Don't quit on them. Keep going. Keep going.
I didn't want to let them down. But also, I wanted to keep going because it'd keep me going. You know, if I had to shut everything down, I think things would have been a lot worse.
You know, it's pretty bad when Dad won't go to the rink and when he has to stay home because he knows that he can't make it through a game or a practice. So it was hitting him pretty hard.
Eventually, Darren became so ill he could no longer continue coaching. A few weeks later, the McDonalds received word that Tammy's kidney was a perfect match and that their surgery was scheduled for March 8th, just before the Pee Wee Bees were slated to play in the provincial championships.
They were wheeling me out, and Darren's room was next to mine. I had a big smile on my face. I didn't want him to worry.
They stopped, like the nurses stopped with her, and we just made a wave, and I just said good luck, and you know, we'll see you in a bit. And that was it.
Within a few hours, both surgeries were successfully completed. Darren had to stay in hospital for monitoring, but Tammy was released within days and headed straight home to the provincials.
She'd be calling me with updates. First it would be at the end of the game to let me know what happened, and then as things progressed, it would be after the end of the period, and then after every goal, and then it was pretty well play-by-play from then on. The cell phone bill, she got pretty hefty, but anyway, it was well worth it.
You're saying we're gonna win it for Darren. We were all yelling and everything. We're like, whoa!
I remember, you know, just calling back and forth to Tammy, and, you know, it was 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, and I said, oh my gosh, I said, this is, how can I get home? How can I get home from here?
It was probably the last minute or so I called him, and I told him the score, and he said, we got it. He said, and I said, oh yeah, I think so. So he was on top of the moon.
Tammy had called and screaming, and everything was going on in the dressing room. The kids, of course, so she had put me on speakerphone. You know, I could hear them all saying, hey, that's Darren on the phone. That's Coach on the phone. So I just gave them a little speech, told them how proud I was of them, and, you know, that they did a good job. They were all, you know, saying hi and stuff on the speakerphone and stuff, and I heard one voice come out and say, I love you, Coach. That was it. I definitely got a second chance at life, and not only life, but a quality life, right?
I can't say how thankful I am to have him the way he is, because he's one of my best friends in my life, probably that I'll ever have.
He's doing everything. Like, he's out and about, he's walking every day. His energy to burn, it's just incredible.
To say thank you to me is nothing, right? I just don't know what I can do to make her understand how thankful I am. You know, I always had her on the, you know, the highest pedestal. You know, maybe I don't tell her enough, but that's where she is in my mind. And how do you repay somebody for giving you so much, right? Words just aren't enough.
Tell you, what an absolutely amazing story. What a family. Michael Farrell is the man who put that story together. I don't know if there's a better storyteller in the country than him. Remarkable.
It was unbelievable. The family in attendance today. There's Darren and Terry. What an incredible story. We appreciate you guys being here and telling that amazing story. Now, we're having a great time here in Port Hood, Nova Scotia. It is the final stop of our Kraft Celebration Tour this year.
Yeah, talk about two people that were meant to be together.
You know it, that's for sure. Now, earlier, local Kraft reps Brian McPherson and Jim Kowalski presented a check for $25,000 to go towards the MacInnis Sports Centre. We were able to tour around today, and hopefully that gets upgraded. And a fantastic sports center indeed. Still inside Sports Center, plenty more to come. Hoping for a fresh start, the riders prepare for life under a new regime.
And teaming up to dominate. Red Bull Racing increases its lead in the F1 standings. This is SportsCenter.